Hey everyone. So it is Movember 17th, just over the halfway mark now. I know everyone's going to be pretty upset when all these beautiful, beautiful mustaches are going to be off the streets, but don't worry, plenty more time to go. Um, so I just want to give a bit of an update. This go round, I set a personal goal of $500 for donations. It is a little ambitious, but I'm just under 50% right now, so I'm really happy about that. But our team, I set a goal of $1,000, and we are just under $900 right now. I think $900 raised, so I'm very happy about that. Really proud. Thank you to my team for all the fundraising you've done, and to all of our supporters, of course, those who have donated and shared our stuff via social media. We really appreciate it. Also, thank you. Um, Check out my MoSpace page. I'm going to add the link below here on the video. I've been doing straight razor shaves on myself. I have not gotten any better. Yeah, it's not going so well. I got this bad boy under here that was on my third shave. That was probably the worst one. So check out some of those pictures. Pretty rough, bit gory. Um, don't let your children watch. But I also wanted to give a little bit of insight as to why I participate in Movember. So Movember splits up between prostate cancer, testicular cancer, and mental health and suicide prevention. I opted in for the mental health and suicide prevention this year. That's where I want my funds to go. And I'll tell you a little bit about why. So when I was 18, between my last year of high school, first year of college in that area, I was having some problems, and I told my parents about it and said that I wanted to see a therapist. Um, and no questions asked. The next day, they had an appointment set up for me. So I went to my first one, and I think I went to a grand total of four sessions with a therapist. And the conclusion was that there's nothing wrong with me. Now that's relative. I'm sure there's a few people who believe there's something wrong with me. But in terms of mental health, there wasn't anything wrong. What I was doing was all the little things that were stressing me out at that time in my life, end of high school, starting college, whatever else comes with being a teenager. I was just internalizing everything. I wasn't talking about it, and it was causing me panic attacks. I was bearing my stress and anxiety, and it manifested as panic attacks. And that's all it was. And the therapy sessions did help, but the thing that really helped me was the drives to and from talking to my mom and my dad. And I had a really great support system, and that's what I took from that, is that you can't internalize everything. You got to get it out. Maybe I thought that bearing everything was what being a man is all about. It's not the 1950s anymore. You don't just internalize all your feelings and smother it with red meat and whiskey. But anyways, that support system really helped me. And in looking at the Movember's webpage, where some of the money goes, the global director, Craig Martin, he's global director of mental health and suicide prevention for the foundation. He said that we know that in their 30s, men tend to start letting go of key relationships. Social relationships are a key protective factor for men against anxiety, depression, and potentially suicide. And that really resonated with me in relation to my story, because I had a fantastic support system then, but there's a lot of people who suffer in silence. And I think that's what the Movember Foundation is really for. It's a way to help those people who are suffering in silence, people who don't have those wonderful support systems. I mean, my issues were very minor in comparison to people who are actually suffering from these real illnesses and these real issues. But if I didn't have that support system and that help, who knows? Who knows what would have happened? But that's why I mow, and that's why I want to raise funds and raise awareness for that issue, because it is very personal to me, and I want to know that down the road, my boys are going to have resources and things like that if they ever suffer from anything like that, if they didn't have the support system that I did for whatever reason. So anyways, that's a little bit about why I participate in Movember. Again, I'll throw a few links down below if you want to see where some of the money goes. That's raised by our team, by myself and our team. My MoSpace page, check it out. See some of these delightful cuts from my straight razor shaves. And if you haven't already, we're not just raising funds, we're raising awareness too. So if you don't feel you're able to donate, please just take a look at the websites or our MoSpace page. Share some of our stuff on social media. That means just as much as monetary donations. So thank you to everyone who's donated so far. And I will hopefully update a pretty good Mo pick at the end of the month. And it'll be gone soon for those who are really upset about it. Chrissy.